Hi everyone, welcome to Tabby's Prime Kitchen. Thanks for joining me today. Today we're making chapatis. I know most of you love chapatis, and we'll be using very few ingredients. We'll be using salt, sugar, water, uh, oil, and of course all-purpose flour. So take a clean bowl, add your flour, just a bit, add your salt, then add sugar, as you've seen in the video. Add sugar, then give it a good mix. Mix all the dry ingredients first before adding oil or before adding water. Oil is important at this stage to make the chapatis more soft, and to give it a good mix. So I've added 3 tablespoons of oil. I'm giving it a good mixture to mix all the dry ingredients and the oil, and then now I'll be adding water, and then continue mixing until the quantity of flour and water that you had placed to use on this specific recipe is all done. So I'm giving it a good mix. I'm adding a little bit of water. I'm just adding every water. I'm just adding water a bit and flour a bit, just to make sure that I don't overdo the flour or the water. All the ingredients, you find them on the description box and the quantity. You can also adjust, according to the number of people that you have in the house or the number of people that you're cooking for. Continue mixing. Thanks so much, you guys, for joining me today. Thanks so much for supporting me, for supporting this channel. Whenever I see you guys here commenting, I feel so good. Continue adding some flour. Use all-purpose flour. Don't go using the rising flour. Use all-purpose flour, and then give it a good mix. There are so many ways of making chapatis. This is one way I'm showing you, without the margarine, without margarine butter. It's the same thing. Without carrots, you can make so many chapatis, so many types of chapatis. You can add onions, you can add pumpkin, you can add carrots, you can add dania, those corianders. You can add so many things to make your chapatis more interesting and more sweet. But today we're starting with this simple for all the beginner. It's a beginner friendly, in short. Yeah, it's a beginner friendly. Anybody can make this. I mean, it's only water, salt, oil, sugar. If you're diabetic, or if you have someone in the house who's diabetic, don't add sugar. You can omit the sugar part and use only salt and a bit of salt, just a bit of salt. Oil is a must if you want your chapatis to be soft. This is what I've noticed. When I make my dough without oil, it kind of comes out hard. I don't know why, but it kind of comes out hard. Sometimes it depends. I don't know what happens, but you guys try the oil part and you'll be a happy human. So I continue giving it a good mix. Your dough shouldn't be hard, you all. It should be very soft. Very soft, because we need to get the best results. We need to get a very soft chapati. A very soft chapati and very sweet. If your chapatis are crunchy, they are no longer called chapatis. Those are something else. Maybe, I don't know the name, but I'm very sure there's a recipe for that. Not this one. This is for chapatis. So I'm adding some oil because now I'm done with the dough. I'm done making the dough, and now I'm adding some oil so that it can I can it my dough can rest for about 10 to 15 minutes. If you don't have time, you can just go ahead and make it immediately. You can start rolling your balls immediately. But if you you have time, you can let it rest for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then start making your own balls. Thank you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share to your friends, your families. Make sure they watch and try this recipe. Now after 15 minutes is when I've started. I want to make the balls, and I'll be dividing my dough into four parts. I'll be dividing it into four. As you can see, my dough is so soft, so soft, so soft. This is the best dough to make chapatis because you get very soft chapatis. You don't need a hard dough. Like, it should be very soft, very soft. And then I'm making them round so that they don't, tangle. Thank you so much, guys, for supporting me. Thank you so much. Making so many recipes over here. Join this club and you'll be a happy human. You'll be happy. You'll have fun in the kitchen. Now I'm spreading my dough. I'm spreading the. Remember, I divided my dough into four parts. Now I've taken one part. Now I'm spreading it. I'm spreading the dough so that I can apply some oil. When making chapatis, my friends, let me tell you something. Let me give you a secret in making chapatis. Don't be stingy with the oil. Be generous with the oil, my friend. Be generous with the oil in these chapatis, and you will always be happy. When you make chapatis like this, they last up to 3 days without 3 to 4 days until you're done with them. Until you're done with them, they'll never be dry. They'll never be crunchy. They'll always be soft, 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 soft. You can also make so many chapatis and freeze them. If you don't have time, if you only have time during weekends, you can make your chapatis during the weekends and freeze them for breakfast. After spreading your dough, pour some oil, like a tablespoon, depending on the size of the dough, just to make sure every part you've applied oil on every part of your dough. And then you can choose to pour some flour on, but I don't do that. I don't know why. I find it sometimes the chapati turns out hard and all, but I choose not to. But you can do it. Some people do it. I once did it and it was okay, but I prefer it this way. And then you cut your dough into a small part, in a small size, then start rolling your dough. You roll your dough from one end to the other in spiral, but make sure it's round. Your spiral is round like that. So we hop into the next one. You repeat this process until you're done. Repeat this process until you're done. You roll from one end to the other and then tuck in from below. The tucked inside is the one that is the one that goes down. And then you go to the next one. I'll come back with recipes that come back with the same chapati recipes but with different ingredients. I'm gonna bring the best, yet so simple, you guys. So simple. You can make this at home, and you don't have to go buying chapatis on the streets. And you can make your own at home, cheap and very hygienic. It's very important. Hygiene is very important here. So you repeat the same process until all your dough is shaped. Repeat the same process. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Subscribe, share this recipe and many other recipes to your friends and family, and have some fun, especially now that the kids are home. Make sure you try something. Just try something, when you're not busy. Just try something. Just try some recipe and save some money. By the way, I also have a video of how you can make jam at home, peanut butter at home. Now at this point is when you're rolling your chapati. You take the spiral that you had rolled. The ingredients that I'm gonna be putting on the description box will give you about 15 to 16 chapatis. When you're rolling, don't press, just roll on the dough. Just roll, don't press the chapati, just roll swiftly. Just roll swiftly. When you press the spirals that you were making so that we can get the layered chapatis, they kinda disappear. I don't know, because you're pressing, you're not rolling, just roll swiftly. And then we now heat up our pan. Your pan matters, by the way. Your kind of pan that you're using to make chapatis matters. Your pan should be a bit heavy. Don't use the light pans. Your chapati might end up being crunchy at the middle. We don't want that. We want a fully soft chapati. You apply some oil, then you place our dough, which is not yet a chapati, but it's gonna be in a minute. You can try, if your chapati, if you cannot make a good round shape, you can try making it on the pan. When you place your chapati on the pan, or your dough on the pan, you can try spreading it with your hands a bit, just to make the desired shape that you want. You keep rolling, keep checking so it doesn't burn. Also, don't use high heat, just medium heat. And then apply some oil on top just before turning your chapati on the other side, because remember we had applied oil on the pan before placing on the dough. Now you keep checking your chapati. Don't leave it and go somewhere and let it cook by its own. Keep checking your chapati, keep checking it, keep turning it, and make sure your chapati cooks well. Make sure it's well cooked. Don't remove your chapati on the pan when one side is not well cooked. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like this video, you all. Also, you can visit me on my social, on Instagram, Tabby's Prime Kitchen. On YouTube, I'm Wamboi Warasugu. But I'm gonna change that name very soon. Maybe or rather, maybe I'll open another Facebook channel or another Facebook page. You can leave me a DM on my Instagram and let me know. Make sure you also comment on this recipe. Let me know how it is, how you think it turned out, and how, if you've tried it, if you will try it, how it turns out. Let me know. And then place on another one. Repeat this process until you're all done. Like, repeat the same process. You can also cook chapatis. You can place chapatis on layers. Like, you don't need to, if you're in a hurry, you can make them like 3 in a row. When you're making chapatis, you can make chapati in turns, like one after the other, but you can also lay them on each other, like I'm about to do now. First, you let it cook on one side, then you turn it, and then place the other dough on top. It's that easy, like a pro. You're making chapatis like a pro, you all. And then turn it. Wow, that color is so nice. Yeah, so dope. Make sure it cooks well, then place the other one. Then apply some oil before turning. And you know, you'll be a happy person. Making this at home is very easy, by the way. It's only that people don't know, and it's very cheap. Leave alone that now the oil is a bit expensive and all because of the economy inflation, but making everything at home is way cheaper. So we are done making our chapos, and you can see how soft and how easy it is to tear the chapos. They're so soft and they're so yummy. Please note, if you have a diabetic person, don't add sugar. And you can use the brown flour. It's so